let's talk about CBD. Now, I don't want to talk about whether it's effective, whether it works, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to leave that for another video. That's some really interesting stuff. But one of the things that prevents people from even trying it in the first place is this idea that it's got the ganja in it, the cannabis, the Mary Jane, reefer madness, I'll go insane. And even if I don't go insane, could I get tested and get busted if I've been taking CBD? Well, that's a legitimate question, and one that we needed to answer for the populations in the gym that take it, including our Parkinson's patients. So it's a really important question to answer. And so I went off and bought a bunch of cannabis tests. You can get them from your pharmacy for mucho dólares, or you can get them from Amazon. Very cheap price. Cheap price, very cheap price. Come and have a shufti in my shop. Apparently, talking to the pharmacists, the mechanism by which it detects is pretty much standard. So it doesn't matter how much you pay for these things, as long as you're getting one from a reputable company, it's going to pick up THC if it's in your bloodstream. Nix that. It's going to pick up THC if it's in your urine stream. THC is the psychoactive drug in marijuana, which is supposed to be removed from CBD products. There's a federal limit of 0.3%, and if you've got CBD that has a barcode in the form of a QR on the packaging, which it should, then the third-party lab testing that refers to will tell you how much THC can be found in the product. This is Green Roads. This is the stuff that I take personally. The reason I went with Green Roads in the first place is that they advertise 0 THC, and they've got the lab testing to prove it. In fact, these guys have just been on a report by CBS, which looked at the CBD industry and found that a bunch of people selling CBD, they don't have as much CBD as they claim inside the products. Some don't have any CBD in their products, and Green Roads came out with exactly the right amount of CBD as advertised on the packaging, and that was the initial research that I'd done myself, and that's why I went with this company. So I tested myself, and granted, as terms of science, this is an N=1 experiment, and that one is me. The CBD that I used is this vial of sublingual formula, which is a 550 milligram formula. So towards the potent end of the spectrum, which if you're expecting to find a THC reading, you would want to be at the potent end of the spectrum. This is the stuff that I find efficacious, right? So effective stuff for my symptom set. And so the question is, would I piss hot with a regimen of CBD? So over a period of about 3 days, I tested morning, noon, and night, and multiples in between, with different kinds of tests bought from pharmacy at CVS, a bunch of stuff from Amazon, and tried to find out what the state of affairs was. And so here's what we did. I just accidentally turned the faucet supply line on when it wasn't connected, which is why I'm wet. I pissed on the wrong end, and I forgot to take the cap off. So basically, I just pissed all over my hand from that. Early negative. Negative. Negative.
Negative.
Negative.
Negative. Negative, 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 negative.
So after all of those tests, and there were 13 in total, which is a pretty good spread. Not one test blew positive. Now this is not what we see across the board. It's not like all CBD has this result. Previously we've tested a formula from Zillis. That was their elite level sublingual oil, and with 3 tests, all 3 blew hot. Now, that in itself does not mean that there's anything illegal about this. And all you got to do is watch Mythbusters, and you'll see that poppy seed bagels will fire off a positive because of the sensitivity of the opiate test that is in most broad spectrum drug testing packages. So there's nothing sinister going on here. But imagine you're involved in a car wreck and you get a tox screen as a result, which I've had personally. Imagine you're in an OSHA recordable accident or a safety violation and you get tested. Imagine you're a commercial driver and you get a routine drug screening. Imagine you're an athlete and you get tested as a part of a USADA pool testing. This is going to be difficult to explain your way out of. So, wouldn't it be better to use a type of CBD that doesn't test positive? Now, disclaimer at this point, right? So full disclosure, we do sell Green Roads CBD. This is not an advert for Green Roads CBD. We're not being paid by Green Roads for this video. So what I would say in terms of my recommendation is, if you think you want to try CBD, try it, but when you order your CBD, order some drug tests at the same time and start a drug testing regimen. First piss of the day is the one that is most likely to show positive. So get into a routine, start testing yourself. If after a week or 10 days you're all clear, you're probably going to be safe. It would be a reasonable assumption that you're going to be good after that amount of time. But don't just leave it to chance, because you never know when a truck is going to pull out in front of you and you're going to smack straight into the side of it. And the first thing they're going to do when they get you to the ER is they're going to take blood and they're going to run a tox screen. And you do not want to have to explain to the police or to your insurance company why you had THC in your bloodstream. Get it? Got it? Good. We'll see you next time.